Hello, welcome everybody. So I have a confession and a little story to tell that is very, very important for everybody to hear, especially my family and friends and whoever's following my channel. So you see that circle thing? Well, that's like a interdimensional planet or just a planet, but that's besides the point. It's just that So on this day when this thing is passing by, and I know some of you guys seen it on my channel, I was recording with my phone, and I have a security camera on the top of my roof, and I'll show you guys in a minute. But before I start, let me just say something. So I was living in Mexico City, and I moved to TJ, Tijuana, right before the so-called pandemic started, which was around March of 2020. And well, once I got here, like maybe 2 weeks after that, just suddenly one day I started getting a ringing in my ear, like a really, really bad ringing in my ear, to where it was unbearable. So I tried leaving the house. I tried to put aluminum foil over my head. It was just, you could tell I was getting hit by something, right? So that happened for like a whole week straight. I couldn't stand it. And well, that was the beginning of my little nightmare and shit. So I tried using frequencies to block it out. I thought it was just my tinnitus going extra bad or whatnot, but I guess not. So after that, suddenly I start hearing whispers, like people whispering all around me. And I confronted one of my roommates. I mean, because like at first I would hear whispering, then I started hearing the voice that would start mocking me or whatever. And I thought I was going nuts. The point is, I got kicked out of 2 places because I kept confronting these roommates, while were they talking shit and wouldn't say things to my face. Well, it turns out it wasn't my roommates. And I've done a lot of investigating. I mean, these voices in your head, they they basically offend you. They talk shit. They try to tell you what to do, and they're annoying as fuck. They're just really annoying. So, before I told anybody about this, because my roommates thought I was either on drugs or whatever, and I've done drugs, but I've never gone that high. Well, anyways, you see this image that you see right now on the screen? I didn't know what that was. That's what showed up on the security camera. I didn't know. I thought it was a spider web at first, but I kept analyzing it, you know. And this is a year and a half later after getting kicked out twice and going through a lot of bullshit. That was the first time I caught this thing on my roof. I've searched all over the internet, everywhere, trying to figure out what this is, and just couldn't find anything. So we have that, and now there's this thing going around, excuse me, about voice to skull technology. That means somebody has a technology to put voices in your head, which I found out that most of the people that shot up schools and churches, they were suffering through this. Now this is done by the federal government and other institutions. Now look at this thing. Look how fast it is. Y'all see that? Now, these voices that are being transmitted to your people's skulls are actually microwave frequencies. These things basically, they can't read your thoughts, but they can put thoughts into your brain to where it makes it seem like they are reading your thoughts, because you don't realize that there's thoughts being put into your head. And they could repeat. They're very repetitive. The voices are repetitive, and they look for what your weaknesses, whatever your weaknesses, they use that against you. And but they're basically, sometimes they have live people listening to you or on their technology, and sometimes most of the time it's just a bot, like a robot that they programmed. And I've tested this out. You use the bathroom or you start cooking or whatever it is, it'll start saying the same thing. So I've tested it, I've played with it. I'm no longer terrorized by it or none tortured by it. I know the deal, because I've done my whole studying and researching, and basically I know what has been happening to me. So I'm no longer a victim, which I never felt like I was a victim, but I let this happen. I let it be so that I could figure it out, and I figured it out. And there's tons of people that have a lot of knowledge about this, and thank God I've came across their path and learned from them as well. So you see this thing right here, I've done extensive research on it, trying to find out what it is and all of that. So this video that you're watching right now, that's the first time I caught it. And then so you can't catch this thing unless you have a night vision on your cameras, because right before this, you can check out the video on my channel too of the whole. Before I hit the night vision, it was just clear, you couldn't see anything. All right, so let me see if I can speed this up. A lot of people would think you're crazy. Actually, matter of fact, there's a lot of people that have committed suicide because they can't handle those voices in their head. And what they made it out to be is that the government's made it to where you can't complain about it. If you try to go to the doctors or anything, they just diagnose you as a schizophrenic. And that's what I thought I was at first. I was like, man, I'm schizophrenic. What the fuck? Hell no, they can't be. But I was like, it just ain't right. I ain't no schizophrenic. And then I did my search. I even have the voices recorded on actual like audio recording, because you can hear them. I don't know how I did that, but I just record everything. All right, so let me try to speed this up. But check out how these things move. They're so quick. It looks like they're searching for something. You know what I mean? Like it's trying to get a hold of something. So, but anyway, so that's the first time I caught it. This is the second time I caught it, and I told myself this one looks more like possible spider web, because it has, another web attached to it, but it's not. It's the same thing. You see all those little bugs, what looks like bugs? Those are actually fibers that from the chemtrails. Believe it or not, look at all that. That's not normal. And so that thing is looking for something as well. It's just dragging itself across, across the roof. So I mean, before, I know when people used to say, "Oh, the government's conspiring," or it's a conspiracy theory. With there's nobody could read your thoughts or nothing, and they can't. But they can send frequencies to your brain, and they could monitor your movements and all that. So they have a system to where that reads all of this and transforms it into information, literally into information, telling them what you're doing, how you feel, what's, everything. So I did a bunch of research and I didn't find anything until recently. And just check this out. It's going to come on in just a second. And this is real.
The frequency space fence, and let's look at this frequency waves that he's caught. You can see him bouncing around at the bottom there, all around. So his drone's flying high. The frequency space fence, and let's look at this frequency waves that he's caught. You can see him bouncing around at the bottom there, all around. So his drone's flying high in the air, and it's interacting with the space fence, revealing their artificial, sky canopy. Okay, and if we go a little bit further, you can see it really jumping around there. Okay, so that's one. Let me see if we can. Okay, so that's one there. All right, and then we'll go ahead and let's see here. And just remember too, you got Lucy, all the predictive programming. All right, Lucy Lucifer, and then you had the inauguration where they're talking about eugenics, and they're showing you all the different light spectrums of their streaming. This is all about streaming. They're able to create any images they want in the sky for their fake alien invasion, their UFOs. This is going to a hub station, which is feeding Metatron's cube, the AI, Skynet, atop the dome. And again, they all have it on the Great Reset. Okay, showing it. It's on Netflix, and I've shown you this. This is where we caught them. This was sent to me from a California residence, and this is where they're using, they're building out all this digitalized infrastructure up there. But I caught it, and the Lord pressed upon my heart to really look at this picture again, and I caught it, and it says streaming. It literally says streaming. Okay? Yep. So they're capable or able to stream anything they want in this artificial sky canopy. And I'll let you take a screenshot of that and you can play with it, but I had to flip it around where you could truly see it. But they clearly state streaming. So this is what they have, and this is, their PRISM program, NSA, where they've created digital avatars for every subject below, profiles in their matrix, all to be used with their psychotronic weapon system, and they're looking to bring back the dead via AI bots, okay, chat bots. So who knows what they're looking to bring back from the dead? These ancient monsters, Godzilla, Mothra, and like I said at the inauguration, they all dressed up like in Hunger Games, right? And let's see, and again, it's all connected to the psychotronic weapon systems program, the targeted individual program, which is right now, they had the beta test for the truthers, targeting the truthers and the whistleblowers, but this is going to be rolled out to the entire humanity. Okay, where if you're not complying, then they'll hit you with their psychotronic weapon systems.
Somebody telling you a story. I'm showing you, what it is. So imagine the implications this has on children, because they could bump up or boost the microwave frequencies. That's how they're torturing people. I got skin burns and shit too, but it's nothing. I'd rather educate myself and research and see what the fuck is really going on. And I'm gonna post some links on the description of this video to some channels where these people are actually been researching and got answers for people. That's how I got my answers, and that's how this thing is not fucking with me anymore. But yeah, it's not a conspiracy theory, and I suggest you guys get start doing your own investigation around your own home, because you guys do have it. It's basically a system. It's a monitoring system, and what it does is it just monitors you. It's learning, basically. It's AI learning. You know, if the people that hear the voices, they'll hear repetitiveness, but it'll seem like it's commenting on you, or it's telling you, you know, it's like making fun of you or just messing with you, but it's not. They're just repeating what they're learning about you. You know, they matched up your DNA frequency and basically hacked it. And yeah, like I said before, I went and told anybody about this, including especially my family. You know, I had to have some proof, and that's who I worried about the most, is my friends, family, just everybody in general, because this type of shit is just, that's like some straight psycho devil bullshit, you know what I mean? So you guys stay safe, be careful, and I'll have a second part for this, which will give you more information on how this works, how to deal with it, and there's a ton of stuff behind it. So hope you guys learn something and acknowledge it, and start doing something about it, because the people that don't say nothing about it are the reasons why it hasn't stopped. And this has actually been going on for years, like at least a good 10 years. But anyway, all right, man, you guys take care, peace, and God bless you.